Well, he really began, Mike, by talking about his own personal story, as we put at the top of the program. Going back to work for 7 years on a farm, a place where he had no meat in his diet, and just talking a little bit about his own personal evolution, talking about the great change for lives of the Chinese people, saying that the work is not done in China, that 200 million people in the country are still living below the poverty line. He says he's seen this firsthand over the past 2 years, visiting many poor families and seeing the longing, he says, in the eyes of those folks for a decent, happy life. He went on to talk about the promise of China, the high savings rate, the huge consumption potential, and more than 300 million people in the middle class with potential to buy things. He says the key to economic advancement is to continue the process of opening up to the rest of the world, developing a socialist market economy. He also addressed his critics, particularly on the issue of cybersecurity, talking about the efforts that China has made around legislation in that issue. Let's take a listen to what he had to say on that very hot topic.
China is a staunch defender of cybersecurity. It is also a victim of hacking. The Chinese government will not, in whatever form, engage in commercial thefts or encourage or support such attempts by anyone. Both commercial cyber theft and hacking against government networks are crimes that must be punished in accordance with law and relevant international treaties. China is ready to set up a high-level joint dialogue mechanism with the United States on fighting cyber crimes.
And Mike, I think that last part of his statement on cybercrime, standing up a high-level joint dialogue with the United States, is likely to be perhaps the deliverable from these meetings on cyber, something that both countries care a lot about. They've both been working, sending their officials back and forth over the last couple of weeks, looking for a way to find common ground on cyber. We'll be, of course, watching the public press conference on Friday at the White House between these two leaders to find out more about other common ground, and including this one. Back to you.
All right, Jessica Stone live for us in Seattle.